This doesn't look that bad. I'm testing out this space, and this is also the type of video that borders on what I intend these behind the scenes videos to be. Originally, this was going to be its own standalone video, but I think it actually works a little better like this. I don't know why I didn't make a script. 5 things that weren't obvious to me about the Pocket Cinema 4K. Wait. This is better? Worse? Yes, I wanted this in frame. It's worth it. Anyways, what I got here is the Pocket Cinema 4K, and this one is mine. There are many like it, but this one's mine. Throughout the video, I will be showing some B-roll. I shot that a while ago, and you'll notice that that camera had a cage on it, and this one doesn't. That's because it wasn't my own camera. We'll talk more about that later.
So I'm back at Nadia's, and there's a couple of things we want to get accomplished today. So let's go.
We're off to a great start. Number 1, this thing is really wide. Sure, everyone makes jokes about how this can never fit in your pocket. I bet you can't really tell just how wide it is for me holding it. And if you can, good for you. But this is something that was not obvious to me before seeing the camera in person. It makes sense though. I mean, this is a 5-inch screen, which is just about how wide regular cameras are. And then there's the grip. This is something that doesn't affect functionality much. It might make it so that it doesn't fit on all gimbals, but for the most part, it's nice. It's a nice shape.
Hi. I just cried that it was on.
That's Nadia, who was previously sleeping.
And Nadia's, I decided she's a good editor.
Emmy has decided, so it is true. Ah, cat!
You're trying to do a little montage. We went out. We went out to shoot.
We got a bunch of B-roll in Hollywood, basically. We drove down Hollywood Boulevard and Gower and Orange, just different streets in Hollywood, getting footage to do the montage at the beginning of Interdiction.
Which they don't know about, but
well,
it's a little short film that. Are you gonna?
I actually didn't know this because I don't know if you're gonna make it public.
Eventually, yes, for sure.
But not until it's gone through.
Yeah, I'm hoping after we pitch it and do all the things with it. Yes, and that's why I'm also happy that I have this other script, because the more ideas you have, the better. Fleshed out ideas, not just like the ideas that everybody has. We're like, that'd be a good idea. And then you don't write it out or anything. She's really going at that cutie.
I'm really attracted to it. It's so cute.
Oh, it is cute.
Number 2, power options. Yeah, I know everyone talks about how the Canon batteries suck, and you can only get 30 minutes, blah blah blah. It was increased in the recent firmware update. I haven't really heard too many people talk about that, but I'm also mostly shooting with external batteries, so I'm also not going to talk about it. What I will say is, it is awesome that there's some power input on the side of the camera. But what was not obvious to me is that the cables for this thing are rare and expensive. I mean, yes, availability of these have increased since I first used this 4 months ago, but still, it's something you might not have realized. Also, after doing some research, even though it says 12 volts on the power input, this can actually take up to 18 volts, meaning you can plug a B-mount battery straight into this port. In fact, there are many adapters for this. Also, while the battery door is not easily removable, Blackmagic has confirmed that dummy LPE6 batteries will work with this. And I think the power management in here can take up to 12 volts as well. Generally, I'd say just use the external power when you can. And if you keep a battery in here, even if you're never really relying on it, you can actually use it to hot swap external power, which is awesome. The cool thing about what we're doing is that we're actually going to experiment with VFX, and it's something I haven't done yet. And today we're trying to picture lock the montage, right? So that I can start working on it. And I'll talk about it in the next episode, but it should be interesting because I've never done it before, and then doing it in Fusion.
You'll be great.
You're doing it in Fusion?
Yes.
In intralipid infusion? We do this in the R every day.
I love how today's the day we're vlogging, when earlier I was like, today I feel just...
Look, a truck.
I like big trucks and I can't...
Number 3, audio. I heard some people talk about audio in the reviews, how it has support for Phantom Power XLR or just a regular mic input. But what was not obvious to me is that the audio menus in this are fantastic. It's dual channel and you can combine those in any way you want, meaning that you can have your left channel on camera audio and your right one on the XLR, or the regular mic input, or any other configuration you can think of. It's something small, and I don't know if that many people will use it, but I think it's fantastic. The internal mics on this are pretty quiet though.
And then we could do the Hollywood Boulevard shot.
You have to say action.
Oh, I don't know, just...
Say action.
Well, I just want to see how many VFX shots we have.
But you're recording me.
I know.
I need an
I get
action.
it. Action.
This is a sneak peek to Emmy's movie TV show project.
That's the best way to describe it.
Not all of these shots are exactly what we're gonna use, but
And please don't.
it's what we have so far.
Okay, sure. If they can see it naked.
I wrote the music.
17 arrests related to
Can I give
artistic
a shout
contraband
out?
in Los Angeles.
Okay, so we can't have Dolby Theater there. That has to be taken out. Like some of the letters can be falling down or not there. And then just take Dora out. I don't know why they're even doing this. Just take her out. And then this is going to be the if you see something, say something. And then this is going to have the DOC here. And then on the side, it can be like arts disposal. God, you're close.
I'll just fill the screen.
Yeah, arts disposal, something like that. I don't know if you crop in enough, you can get rid of this. You're not really seeing anything here, so maybe that's fine. Okay.
County area. The president ordered a new mandate of legal creativity increase. 3 reported dead last week after an unfortunate DOC encounter. Graveyard of destroyed pianos, art, music, films
Those are my legs.
confiscated. Gallery shut down.
Okay, and this one, instead of piano rentals, what did you want it to say?
I said cover it somehow. Either take it out or.
Cover it
I
somehow.
was gonna put like
We're gonna have, like-
space available or something like that.
Okay, and caution
Sure.
tape, and maybe if you can get Steinway to.
I was thinking of,
You
Not-
can have Steinway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting rid of Steinway altogether and like
Like, just you can have like a W and a Y, so people are gonna know that it's. Or maybe like
Could
an
we have-
S, W, and Y.
Could we have the logo?
No,
No.
no. This is a very
Okay.
famous
Yeah.
Steinway logo.
And then have like have some of the piano letters fall off too.
Yeah.
Right? Piano
Monet's
gallery.
burned. Art deemed illegal. Anyone in possession will be persecuted.
Anything here? No, right?
If you see something, say something. All up.
Oh,
And
this
then
one's
here,
the super
this
heavy
is
one.
gonna make it look like there was this big explosion and
What?
and like a meteor hit it, and it's gonna be on the side here, and it's gonna be like crumbling down. It's gonna be on fire, and
What?
the sky is gonna.
No, it isn't.
Arts programs officially closed. Public executions, and it's all gone. Gone. Gone.
It's gone.
What number are we on? Wait. 4. 4? 4. 4. You can have the CFast slot and the USB Type-C external recording option available to you at the same time. It can't record to them at the same time for backups. You also can't use the SD card in this way. When you connect an external recorder, it replaces the SD card slot and it is no longer available to you. That was a lazy one. You might not appreciate this then, but there's a film competition this month and I want us to enter it.
What is it?
It is, you have to make a 60-second action scene and include one of 4 phrases.
Let's do it.
It has to tell a story, 60 seconds long, and they want it to be creative. They're like, make something that's never been published before.
What are the phrases?
Can you pull it up now? I sent it to you.
What if-
60 seconds.
What if it's a person and they're fighting with their cat? Ah, cat! And he could be like trying to attack the camera.
You know, that'd be kind of interesting if it was just like
Like POV shots.
Of the cat.
And then I could like, oh, I'm assuming it's me because I'm a fighting person. But
So here's the thing,
I could
action.
be like blocking a paw.
So action doesn't have to be,
a fight scene.
right.
It could be a
It
car
could be-
chase. It
Well,
could be...
it doesn't have to be a car chase either. It could really be anything.
Create something that's never been done before.
Have you seen Premium Rush?
Everything's been done.
So I think the easy answer is a fight scene because you can fight, and you talked about actually having a choreo for one.
Having
A what?
Choreographed,
Oh yes, I've choreographed fights before.
but like that you already had one thought of.
Oh yes.
So I feel like that's the easy way out.
What if we include something that we want to do? Oh, remember how we wanted to do archery? What if we included that? You get what I'm saying? So it's not just we're shooting something for the competition, but we also make it into something like if we want to go to the woods or we want to do archery. Like if there's, you know what I mean?
I like the archery idea, but I only have one bow.
Right. Which
But that's fine.
It could be an archer against.
Yeah.
you could be hunting.
Yeah.
I have a ton of weapons at the studio. Different weapons. I have daggers. I have swords.
It's like
They're all real.
a sword
You could be
versus a-
hunting, but what if it's like,
I'm hunting my cat.
what if we're not gonna do the cat? I
What
don't
if-
want to work with the cat.
What if we're like using a drive-by with bows?
I come out of the sunroof.
That's hilarious.
None of our cars have sunroofs.
Since it's just 60 seconds, it's so hard to try and convey a story.
Yes.
But the difference,
You just want to move in it.
yeah, right.
That's what I was doing the frog earlier.
But the difference, I think the difference between a neat action scene and something that has somewhat of a story is going to be having a character with a clear motivation. And then to make it even more memorable, at the end we would, I can't pronounce the word, subvert expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if in like Hereditary style, like your head gets, like when you pop out of the sunroof with the bow, your head gets like blown off by something.
Why?
I just feel like that would subvert expectations. Like we're going through this whole like 60 seconds of intensity and then it's just, you just fucking die.
Thanks, Emmy.
Well, you don't die, you're fine, but your character dies.
Number 5. They're surprisingly cheap on SHAREGRID. Because renting a camera is roughly based around the price of the camera, renting these on SHAREGRID is surprisingly cheap. And this nicely ties in with what the old footage is. I ended up having to rent this camera about 3 months ago when I was doing a gig. It was also my first time using SHAREGRID, and the whole experience was pretty good. I was surprised with how easy it was to find this camera on it, and how cheap it was to rent it. I think I paid about $50 for renting it for one day. I picked it up the night before, and I dropped it off the night after. So technically 2 days. So I picked it up, so let's say I picked it up Monday night, I dropped it off. I just love this. What if it's like an action hero sequence, and it's like someone who believes is the superhero, and it's just like a guy running around with a boat.
Like he thinks he's saving the
So
world,
funny.
but it's just a kid with a bow.
That's funny.
What if it's like that, like we shoot it with adults and stuff, and then it's like a mug scene, and then like a kid comes in with a bow and like fights the bad guy, and he's like a superhero,
Do you want to work with a kid?
and then at the very end we like cut, and it's just kids playing because it's like all in their imagination.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Yes.
I'll think about it, but that sounds like a pretty solid idea.
that. How many kids is there? Why are they fighting?
I will say.
Because it's fun. It's playtime. They're not really fighting. It's play fighting.
It can be really simple. Like we just said, like they stage a mugging, and then the guy's like, "I'll save you," and then there's like a whole thing.
What is the thing that kids play?
But
Like
Cowboys
pirates or cowboys and Indians or something like that.
We can't do cowboys and Indians
but-
because it's.
wait, I will say something.
Right.
I will say something. This kind
You
of
do Cowboys
has been
and
done a
Aliens.
little bit.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing
Wait,
politically?
no,
Oh boy.
no.
So
This
cowboys
kind of was
aliens.
done
Exactly.
because like remember in South Park.
Wait, what?
Remember in South Park
What about it?
when they're like playing like action people, and then Butters gets a star in his eye. Pretty similar.
Oh yeah. I just see him crying.
When
It's like
is
a
this
little
due?
woozy, guys.
I know
This is due at the end of July.
Okay.
I think the 30th.
I think we should do that. That's so cute. Such a cute idea.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Wednesday night. Monday, Tuesday. Yep. I almost technically had it for 2 days. And I'm not saying you should rely on that. You are supposed to give it back in the morning, but the guy was super chill about it and he was busy in the morning. In any case, my point is these are a pleasure to shoot with. And if you haven't had the chance to do so already, well, depending on what your worries about the camera are, you might want to go out and rent one first. I mean, this applies to all gear if we're being honest. Renting is a great way to get to know the gear before you buy. I mean, look at me. I ended up buying it 2-3 months later. And I don't know if I would have if I didn't get the chance to play with it in such a low risk environment. This video is not sponsored by SHAREGRID, but it just so happens that they have a referral program. Maybe there's some stuff you want to rent, or maybe you need to rent some stuff for work, like I did. Then use my referral link. It's right here. Because I don't remember what it was. If you do so, you'll get some money off your first rental, I think $20. Why did I decide to record this without doing any research? I think you get like $20 and then I get like $20 credit, which is great because if enough of you happen to do that, then I'll be able to check out more gear. And you bet I'll make a video about it. It's a great way to support the channel and get me to do more videos about gear, or in general. Well, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out the previous ones. Yeah, like the video, subscribe. I said that. It's fine. Sorry I was looking at the monitor for a bit. See you guys next time.